In a world where clean energy technology has sparked a global race, a groundbreaking discovery from China is astonishing scientists. Salty ice, once thought to be confined to polar regions, can generate electricity approximately 1,000 times stronger than regular ice. This is not merely a scientific leap, but a bold statement of China's technological ambition to shape the future of global energy. So, what makes this invention hailed as a hidden wildcard that could transform the energy balance of the 21st century? Join Top 10 Discoveries Official as we dive into this game-changing innovation right now. Disclaimer: based on the Nature Materials study from the year 2025, this technology remains in its early stages. For decades, clean energy has relied heavily on solar, wind, and hydroelectric power. However, a groundbreaking study unveils a unique direction. Ice, typically found in polar regions or high mountains, can generate electricity through the flexoelectric effect, where bending materials causes molecules to realign and produce an electric charge. With pure ice, this effect is weak and hard to harness, but adding salt transforms everything. Salty ice generates an electric current roughly 1,000 times stronger, approaching the efficiency of industrial piezoelectric materials. This boost comes from a simple process: freezing salt water. When compressed or stretched, water molecules and salt ions shift, creating an electric charge imbalance that forms a current. The optimal salt concentration is 25%, higher than seawater, balancing ice structure and ion mobility. This discovery draws attention for its potential to tap energy from harsh environments where solar or wind power is limited, offering sustainable solutions and proving that many physical phenomena still hold untapped potential. The heart of this breakthrough lies in the movement of tiny particles within salty ice. When a slab of ice bends, its crystalline structure loses its natural balance. On the compressed side, water molecules and salt ions pack tightly together, while on the stretched side, they spread farther apart. This disparity causes positively and negatively charged ions to move in opposite directions, creating a distinct electric voltage. This is the flexoelectric effect in ice, supercharged by the presence of salt. In pure ice, water molecules are tightly arranged, leaving little room for charged particles to move. The resulting electric current is so weak it's barely detectable with standard equipment. But when salt is mixed in before freezing, sodium and chloride ions wedge into the crystal lattice. These gaps allow ions to move far more freely than in regular ice. When salty ice is compressed or bent, ions easily slide across crystal boundaries, producing a much stronger and more stable electric current. Experiments show that at a salt concentration of about 25% by weight, ice generates the highest voltage. This ratio keeps the ice solid while providing enough pathways for ion movement. Lower concentrations weaken the effect. Higher ones make the crystal structure fragile, prone to breaking, and disrupt current stability. Under optimal conditions, salty ice samples produce voltages many times greater than pure ice, reaching levels suitable for practical applications. This mechanism stands apart from familiar energy methods. Solar power harnesses photons from sunlight, wind energy uses mechanical motion, and salt-based batteries rely on chemical reactions between electrodes and electrolytes. Salty ice, however, generates electricity through the rearrangement of particles in a solid material, triggered by simple mechanical actions like bending or pressing. This unique combination offers a fresh perspective on transforming natural energy. Even more intriguing, this phenomenon could do more than produce electricity. It may aid in studying natural processes, like electrical changes in glaciers or icy planets beyond Earth. This discovery reveals a deep connection between materials science, renewable energy, and planetary research, all converging in a seemingly simple yet profoundly powerful finding. Behind the discovery of electricity-generating salty ice stands a vast, multinational research network. With China at its core, the team was led by Professor Xin Wen at Xi'an University, collaborating closely with scientists from the Catalan Institute of Nanoscience and Nanotechnology, known as ICN2, in Spain, and Stony Brook University in the United States. This partnership highlights the truly global nature of modern science today, while also underscoring the growing prominence and influence of Chinese research institutions within the international academic community, fostering shared progress across borders. This achievement was published in Nature Materials in the year 2025, one of the world's leading journals in materials science. The fact that a China-led study appears in such a prestigious publication signals that the quality of research from this nation is now reaching the highest international standards, setting a benchmark for excellence. To gain acceptance, the team had to rigorously prove reliability through repeated measurements, theoretical simulations of the underlying mechanisms, and clear quantitative data on the electric current strength produced by salty ice, ensuring every claim stood up to intense scrutiny. Over the past more than 1 decade, the number of papers from China in top-tier journals has grown steadily and consistently, outpacing many developed countries in impressive fashion. Back in the year 2010, China accounted for about 12% of global scientific publications. But by the year 2023, that figure had surged beyond 25%, positioning them as the nation with the largest research output worldwide. The salty ice discovery serves as just the latest example, illustrating how China is steadily asserting its leadership in cutting-edge fields of the 21st century, including new materials, renewable energy sources, and nanotechnology innovations that promise to transform industries everywhere. What stands out is that China is no longer simply appearing as a follower learning from others. Increasingly, breakthrough research is being initiated right from within its own domestic laboratories and facilities. The case of salty ice provides a clear illustration of this shift. The research group pioneered an unexplored direction: energy conversion through ice structures enhanced with salt. In doing so, they crafted an invention compelling enough to capture global attention, paving the way for applied studies and developments in numerous countries around the world, inspiring a wave of collaborative advancements. It is also important to emphasize that this discovery is far from the product of a solitary effort or isolated project. Rather, it fits into a long chain of science and technology development strategies that China has pursued for many years, backed by substantial investments in university systems, key laboratories, and national funding agencies. The emergence of these pioneering publications, widely recognized on the international stage, is steadily reinforcing China's ambition to emerge as one of the world's premier centers for innovation and creativity, contributing to a more interconnected and progressive global research ecosystem. One key reason the salty ice invention has captured attention is its potential for applications in conditions where conventional energy technologies struggle to perform effectively. In polar regions like the Arctic or Antarctic, sunlight vanishes for months during winter. While wind and hydroelectric power remain unreliable, in such settings, salty ice abundant in vast reserves emerges as a novel resource capable of being converted into electrical energy. Instead of transporting fuel or installing complex systems, research stations in these harsh environments could leverage natural conditions to sustain operations, harnessing the ice beneath their feet. Beyond Earth, this discovery opens exciting prospects for space exploration. Many celestial bodies in our solar system, such as Jupiter's moon Europa or Saturn's moon Enceladus, are encased in ice layers tens of miles thick. If salty ice technology is successfully developed, these seemingly inaccessible environments could become energy sources for probes, sensors, or autonomous robots. This reduces the need to carry batteries or reactors from Earth, extending the duration of scientific missions in space and making them more efficient and sustainable, even on Earth's surface. The applications of salty ice are vast. Environmental or biological sensors in places like the Himalayas, Siberia, or Greenland often face challenges maintaining power. With salty ice, these devices could draw energy directly from their surroundings, enabling low-cost, durable systems to monitor climate, sea levels, or glacier movements. Deploying such sensor networks would provide invaluable data for global climate science, enhancing our understanding of environmental changes. Moreover, generating electricity from salty ice requires no massive infrastructure. A block of ice with the right salt concentration, subjected to mechanical actions like vibrations, pressure, or temperature shifts, can sustain a current. This makes the technology a candidate for decentralized energy solutions, where small, flexible systems can be deployed anywhere. Not only scientists, but also communities in cold regions could benefit from this readily available energy source right at their doorstep. Of course, moving from laboratory to real-world applications demands further development. Yet, the vision of using salty ice to power extreme environments offers a radically different approach compared to traditional solutions, promising to add a vital new piece to the diverse puzzle of clean energy in the future. In the global energy landscape, any emerging technology carries strategic implications, and the discovery of salty ice is no exception. China has repeatedly affirmed its goal to reduce dependence on fossil fuels and committed to achieving carbon neutrality by the year 2060. To accomplish this, they are not only aggressively expanding solar and wind power, which already hold the largest share worldwide, but also continually seeking other breakthrough directions. Salty ice emerges as a crucial piece in this strategy, as it unlocks the potential to harness energy even in regions where familiar technologies face limitations, providing a resilient alternative for diverse environments. The Made in China 2025 initiative has prioritized mastering core technologies, including renewable energy and new materials. This invention reflects that shift, moving from a focus on scaling up production capacity to owning foundational innovations. If successfully commercialized, salty ice technology would enable China not only to meet domestic demands, but also to become an exclusive supplier of this technology to many nations with cold climates, positioning them as a key player in international markets. Compared to the United States and Europe, where nuclear energy, offshore wind, and green hydrogen are prioritized, China opts for a more distinctive approach. Investing in an unexpected energy source like salty ice demonstrates a willingness to take unconventional paths to gain competitive advantages. This aligns with Beijing's energy diplomacy policies. From building hydroelectric dams in Africa to investing in energy infrastructure across Central Asia and South America, a new technology capable of operating in harsh conditions would further strengthen their position in international projects, fostering global partnerships and influence. We cannot overlook the psychological factor. Symbolic scientific achievements are always viewed by China as tools to assert national stature. From high-speed rail projects in the Tiangong space station to vast renewable energy networks, each advancement carries the meaning of science hand in hand with national strength. Salty ice, with its potential to generate electricity in conditions where few technologies perform efficiently, fits perfectly as the next symbol in that lineup, inspiring national pride and international recognition. Importantly, this invention is not yet a ready-to-deploy commercial solution, but strategically, it allows China to demonstrate that they are ahead in exploring uncharted territories of energy innovation. This is how a nation not only bolsters domestic energy security, but also expands its outward influence through technologies capable of shaping the future landscape of global power dynamics and sustainability efforts. Despite captivating the global scientific community, salty ice technology remains in the experimental phase. The gap between laboratory results and commercial applications is substantial, with numerous barriers to overcome. First and foremost, efficiency and stability are top concerns. Initial tests show salty ice generating impressive electricity, but its performance declines over repeated compression expansion cycles. This raises a critical question. Can the technology operate reliably for years in harsh environments? Another major challenge is environmental temperature. Salty ice maintains structural stability only below freezing. In regions with significant weather fluctuations, repeated melting and refreezing can damage its crystalline structure, hindering ion movement and reducing efficiency. Scientists must either develop ways to control temperature conditions or create hybrid materials that remain stable despite climate shifts, ensuring consistent performance in diverse settings. Power output is another limitation. Compared to solar panels or wind turbines, salty ice produces significantly less electricity per unit area. While it outperforms pure ice by far, it falls short of meeting the energy demands of industrial facilities or residential areas. Additionally, maintaining ice in a stable state requires costly systems, especially if cooling or storage equipment is needed, potentially offsetting the technology's benefits. Energy integration and storage pose further hurdles. Salty ice generates electricity in short pulses triggered by mechanical stress. Unlike the steady flow from solar or hydroelectric sources, this necessitates supplementary storage systems, such as lithium-ion batteries or supercapacitors, to convert these pulses into a stable supply. Such integration increases costs and demands further research into efficient coupling methods to make the system viable for practical use. Environmental and logistical factors also complicate deployment. Implementing this technology in extreme regions like polar zones or high mountains involves elevated transportation, maintenance, and operational costs compared to energy solutions in temperate areas. Consequently, the advantage of using abundant natural resources like ice may diminish if infrastructure expenses spiral out of control, challenging the technology's economic feasibility. These limitations indicate that salty ice is not yet a ready-to-deploy energy alternative. However, its potential remains compelling enough to drive continued investment from research institutes and businesses. Current challenges are not a dead end, but a catalyst for improving materials, system designs, and identifying suitable applications. In the future energy landscape, salty ice may not be a complete solution, but it undoubtedly plays a vital role in diversifying clean energy sources, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. The groundbreaking discovery of electricity-generating salty ice has electrified the global scientific community with its vast potential. In the United States and across Europe, top researchers are calling this a one-of-a-kind leap forward, as it taps into an entirely new energy mechanism never before harnessed for practical applications on a large scale. Renowned publications like Discover Magazine and Science News have excitedly labeled it a secret power source with the ability to revolutionize how humanity approaches energy production in harsh, extreme environments like polar regions or distant planets. However, experts are quick to caution that this technology remains in its infancy, requiring many years of rigorous study, testing, and refinement before it can be rolled out for widespread use across industries. This early-stage innovation promises a future where clean energy could come from unexpected places, sparking curiosity and hope worldwide. Word count: 135. From a scholarly perspective, material scientists in Europe argue that the true significance lies not in the current power output, but in proving that flexoelectricity in salty ice is a viable concept. By simply adding salt, a natural phenomenon can be amplified thousands of times, revealing nature's untapped energy reserves waiting to be explored. This discovery is a shining example of how fundamental scientific research can intersect with real-world applications, where a seemingly minor finding could unlock transformative technologies in the decades ahead. It's a reminder that the simplest elements in nature, like ice and salt, hold secrets that could reshape our energy landscape in ways we've yet to fully imagine. Word count: 112. In America, energy researchers are buzzing about the potential for salty ice in space exploration missions. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration has long faced challenges powering probes far from the sun, such as those exploring Jupiter or Saturn. The notion that miles-thick ice layers on moons like Europa or Enceladus could act as natural energy factories is an exciting prospect for scientists. This approach could reduce reliance on expensive nuclear batteries while enabling energy harvesting directly at these distant locations, making space missions more sustainable and cost-effective in the long run. Word count: 86. On the flip side, experts in the United Kingdom and Germany urge caution, warning that overly high expectations could lead to disappointment. Commercializing this technology requires overcoming significant hurdles in efficiency, energy storage, and production costs. They compare it to other emerging energy concepts, like microbial fuel cells or ocean wave energy, which, while promising, demand years to prove practical feasibility. These challenges highlight the need for patience and persistence to turn this scientific gem into a viable energy solution. Word count: 75. Despite ongoing debates, the global consensus celebrates the scientific breakthrough. China's leadership in this research signals a shift in the global knowledge landscape, where innovation is no longer confined to traditional powerhouses. This fosters healthy competition, pushing the United States, Europe, and China to innovate continuously in the quest for clean energy. What are your thoughts? Could salty ice be the key to a sustainable energy future? Share below and subscribe for more cutting-edge science updates. Word count: 70. The invention of electricity-generating salty ice goes beyond just being a fascinating scientific phenomenon. It also opens up fresh prospects for the energy sector over many decades ahead. If challenges concerning efficiency, storage, and stability are overcome, this technology could add another clean power source alongside solar, wind, and hydroelectric energy. Such diversification reduces risk from over-reliance on a single energy type. While enabling solutions in areas where traditional systems are hard to deploy, China currently holds a prime opportunity to turn this invention into a leading edge. Its publication in the journal Nature Materials not only validates the science, but also lays groundwork for attracting further research investments. With robust financial backing and industrialization strengths, China can transition the technology from lab to application faster than many other nations. The solar battery industry lesson proves this. In under 2 decades, China became the producer holding over 70% of the global market share. In the near future, salty ice might be tested on small scales, like climate sensors or devices for probing icy zones. The potential to harness ice on ice-covered planets and moons makes this technology part of space conquest strategies, where energy is always a survival essential. Yet, this outlook isn't solely on China. Many countries and international research institutes will join in, promoting cooperation or competition to refine the technology. Whatever unfolds, this invention clearly launches a brand new field in clean energy, where seemingly basic materials like ice and salt become hubs for pioneering studies. Notably, salty ice's development echoes a wider trend. Technological innovation increasingly stems from diverse sources, no longer limited to a few traditional nations. With long-term investment commitment, China has a chance to not just catch up, but lead in this new energy tech segment. The lingering question is whether they can commercialize to turn potential into reality. And if so, how the global energy balance will shift. The salty ice exploration shows how science can unveil entirely new paths for future energy. From lab to global visions, this tech is both challenging and promising. What do you think? Could salty ice become a key puzzle piece in the clean energy era? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit subscribe to catch the latest analyses on technology, national strategies, and inventions shaping tomorrow. Top 10 Discoveries Official will return with untold stories, boundary-pushing projects, and silent revolutions with global reach. See you in the next video.